Went to church every Sunday. I didn't have that personal relationship. I always felt like I was keeping God at arm's length. I was still considered myself a believer, but I just never turned to him. I just didn't know how to trust him. You're praying for good things to happen in your life, and they're not happening, So why, God, why are you not hearing me? Why aren't you answering my prayers? And at that time, I just kind of said, well, I guess I'm going to do it on my own. I don't need to pray. I don't need to go to church. I don't need to read the Bible. God just wants me to be a good person. So that's what I did, still kind of kept him at that arm's length. Last summer, I kind of had a conversation with him. I said, God, I think I'm ready. I'm ready to be with somebody. Please help me find, the person that I'm going to spend the rest of my life with. And I just felt ready in my heart. My heart said, let's give God one more try, I guess. It was about a month later that I got a message on Facebook. It was from a woman that I went to high school with, and we decided we were going to get together to kind of reconnect, kind of catch up on old times. We both knew that after our first date that God's presence was all over this. There were moments where we just felt at home with each other, and we both just kind of knew that this is the person I've been looking for and praying for my entire life, and that's kind of when I knew that God heard my prayer that one day, and that she was the person that I wanted to spend the rest of my life with. She mended my broken heart. She showed me that I could be loved again, and she brought me back to Jesus. I was going to deer camp, with my buddies, and she was going down to Florida to spend a weekend with one of her best friends. That Thursday was the first day that we shared our true feelings for her. That's the first day that we said that we loved each other. There was just that expectation that I can't wait for deer camp to be done so that we could, be back together, so. And that was the last day that we got to spend together.
And we begin with breaking news in Waukesha,
where a man drove his SUV into a Christmas
Following the parade tragedy, 4 of them are
The
in fair
speeding vehicle
condition.
seen on camera barreling past crowds and
She was one of the dancing grannies that was killed in the parade. I was numb. I was completely numb. I didn't want to believe it, For the longest time, I thought that she was just going to call me. I just kept asking God, it's like, why? Why now? You had just finally brought us together. We had just finally found each other. Why now? Why did this have to happen? Why her? And it was just one of those things that I couldn't believe. I didn't want to believe. I wanted to believe that it was just this horrible dream, horrible nightmare, that one day I was going to wake up and she was going to be right there. I couldn't believe that much hatred or that much evil existed in a person to do that. And I hated him. I couldn't believe that he took this person that took me a lifetime to find. And he took her without a thought. A couple days later, the daily devotional was about forgiveness. And again, the Holy Spirit just kind of welled up in me and said, you need to forgive the man that took Tammy's life, the man that drove through that parade. And you want to talk about the most difficult thing that I've ever had to do. I started trembling. My heart started racing. I just started crying uncontrollably. And it took a bit of time, but those words welled up in my throat. And when I said those words, I forgive you, again, it was a release. It was me giving it up to God, saying, and he said, I got this. It's not your burden. this sorrow that's in my heart, every day. I wake up going, I wish she was here. And every day I ask Jesus to just walk with me and hold me up, and he does. Not a day goes by that I don't wish I could go back to that Thursday, hold her in my arms and never let her go. But I know God has her. I know she is in a better place. She's in the place that she was running towards. I don't know what he has in store for me. But whatever it is, I'll embrace it, and I'll run towards it.